What is going on, guys? Look, very quickly, let's go straight to the point. Today, we're going to discuss about Darrell Brooks' FBI/detective interview. I am Alistair Nzekio, and this is my point of view. So, before we dive into the interview itself, there's something I want to get off my chest. It's something that happened during the trial that really bothered the hell out of me, and I feel like I need to let you guys know what it is. First, let's look at the clip, and then let's look at what Darrell Brooks does and says. And then I'm going to tell you what I think.
Hands up! Put your hands where I can see them! Put your hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Do it now!
Hey, taking one of the hospitals trying to plan care. What did I do?
Did you notice how carefully he placed himself on the floor? Keep that in mind.
Robert, are you on the
It's going right. You got something with your name on it, man?
No. Okay, lads, cooperate with us. Okay.
Paused at 1 minute and 4 seconds. What did we see in that portion of the video?
I'm going to pause it here myself, and I'm going to fast forward to further along the video.
Robert 277.
I just used somebody's phone to call for a minute, that's all.
Oh, okay.
That's what I need, yeah. One male 1026, the black male in red short sleeve shirt.
I'll tell you what.
Okay.
If everything turns out to be on the up and up, life will be good, and you'll be on your way, all right?
Yes. I got it, guys, I got it. Suspect, I presume?
Unknown. Ask him. Ask him if he knows. He was on the porch here.
Yeah, I was using his phone. What's your location? I was using his phone. You're holding the WMH road, loading her down. I called my any squads available for a transport? On the 500. To give me a lift. That's all. I was just using his phone.
Darrell, this is Schwartz. I'm leaving WSC. Where do you need me?
What do you...
Can I just sit up? I was freezing. Can I please just sit up? You have any weapons on you? No, sir.
What's your name, guy?
9209. I just told her my name.
What is your name? Yes, sir.
What's your first name? Darrell Brooks?
Yes, sir.
Additional victims. We start on the next block.
Copy. No additional victims.
This matches the description of the guy that got called on who was going door to door over here.
Yeah, I was trying.
Where are your shoes, man?
I was trying to use somebody's phone.
Where are your shoes?
My flip flops is in his house. He was saying he just gave me a jacket.
He's identifying
That's a lie.
lighter skin, black male, dreadlocks, red shirt, blue jeans, no shoes.
Yeah, I did go to the house. I went to that house right there, right down the street, right here.
Where you coming from, man?
I was coming from that parade down here.
Okay.
I know a friend down here.
I think that's a fabulous idea.
I love that cop.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Roll over on your butt.
Okay, now just
Roll over on your butt. Roll up on your knees. Roll over on. Roll up on your knees.
okay.
500 block of Elizabeth.
Stand up.
Right now. 553 Elizabeth.
My
What are you doing?
are freaking sweet.
Factory here.
Did I do something?
That is yet to be
Go to
determined,
the front of
sir.
my squad, man.
Okay.
Is there anything on you that's going to stick me, poke me, hurt
No,
me?
no, not at all, sir.
Okay.
Not at all.
Quick pause. I love that cop. That cop who's stalking, that is just to be determined. Love her.
I don't have any weapons.
Glad to hear it.
Nothing
Glad
like
to
that.
hear it.
How did you get up over here, man?
I was coming to see a friend.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where's your friend?
I don't know now.
Spin your back your hand for me.
I had, yeah, I went,
You injured at all, dude?
yeah.
What hurts?
When they slammed me, my knee, I already have an injury.
Spread your feet for me.
Did you hear that? When they slammed me. Did you just hear that? Okay, I'm getting there. Let's continue.
Okay, yes. That's my ID.
It certainly is.
Yes.
It certainly is. Love her.
I'm so cold.
I bet you are.
I bet you are.
Go ahead and take a seat for me, Darrell.
Okay, let's go to the next video now, where we see Darrell Brooks acting a fool in regards to this scenario. All right, let me show you.
I'm not saying you're a demon. No, not you. Not y'all saying that. But it's just I feel that way because
you're trying to guess.
I know you heard that. Oh my God. Oh, that fucking hurt.
Sure.
I know you heard that.
I heard it. It's in check. We're gonna go check with them. Maybe they'll listen to us a little bit better.
Fuck.
You want us to check?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, give us a minute.
See
what we got.
Dude, it gotta be something wrong, man. How in the hell does it?
Sometimes sprains will pop too.
Yeah, but why is it hurting like this? And they say there's nothing. Dude.
Because sprains can actually be more painful than a break.
Whatever they did, it hurt so bad.
You want to keep the food? Why don't you keep the food and the soda, and we'll be back in a few
God.
Look at that. Not even 30 seconds later. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that shoulder. Literally, the guys were gone like less than 30 seconds, and his shoulder is. He's not even trying to be. Stupid man. Look at that. Like. Look at that. Look at that shoulder injury. Look.
Yes. I think we got that Tylenol. We'll be right with you.
Let me tell you why this infuriates me. And please bear with me and understand a little bit where I'm coming from with this. Darrell Brooks claims that the cops slammed him to the floor so hard that it caused severe damage to his shoulder. We all saw the initial video with the cop that I loved, okay? The video where he pretty much lay down as carefully as a feather. Do you understand? Sorry, do you understand? I'm sorry. But, no, all jokes aside, what he just did, or what he claims to say, is that this is somewhat racially triggered or charged. Because what people don't realize is that by making this claim that his shoulder was in pain, Darrell Brooks used your tax dollars, my tax dollars, to send this fool to the hospital, get an MRI, get checked, to utilize precious resources that needed to be used on the victims, people who were real victims from his stupidity actions. He managed to draw attention from doctors and hospital staff to his stupid injury that wasn't even there, that is completely made up, on tax dollars. And to make matters even worse, not only was it a lie, but he's using a racially charged statement. I'm a black man, if you haven't noticed, okay? As a black person, I make no mistake about that, you know, racism is real. I'm just saying, don't throw darts at me, it is. And I feel like for people that really need, for people that have incidents that are truly racially motivated, it takes away out of their credibility. And as a black person, if you are a black person, it's important that you take that responsibility with seriousness. Don't just throw the race card whenever you feel like it. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Do you understand? Okay, now that's out of my chest, all right? This guy is a dirtbag. Let's go to the freaking interview. Oh. Before you listen to the FBI interview, I want to direct your attention between the hidden dynamics from the detective and Darrell Brooks. these two know each other before. Not only do they know each other before, but there was an established rapport between the two of them. Almost like a pseudo-intimate relationship. Not sexually, get you my mind out of the gutter, but there was a pseudo-relationship between the two. Now, with narcissistic people, when they see that they cannot swindle you, when they see that they cannot pull the wool over your eyes, they don't like you, and they just want to get away from you. They have no interest anymore in being around you. Later on, you'll understand why, but Darrell Brooks feels betrayed by the detective. And not only that, but Darrell Brooks feels weak in comparison to the detective. And his behavior, which I'm going to show you very soon, is that, again, of this little boy, this little guy. He doesn't want to look up. He doesn't want to face the music. It almost as if Darrell Brooks wants to hide. But if you look at the detective, oh, that man hates Darrell Brooks, okay? You're going to see very soon, like, the energy is going to spill over on Darrell Brooks. Just watch.
21st, 2021, at approximately 11 o'clock p.m. Do you recall that?
Objection. I don't think it's being called that name, for the record.
Objection is overruled.
Yes, I do recall that. Overruled.
Not relevant.
Yeah, it is relevant.
Your Honor, at this point, or I think last night, we...
Did you see that look? Did you see that look? Now, okay, now let's go into the actual audio of the FBI interview. As we listen to the interview, I direct your attention to also seeing the body language of Darrell Brooks during this interview, and of course of the officer.
I'll go grab you.
I'll tell you.
Did you see that look of the officer? Very subtly challenging.
I'm Jerry Wojcicki, the FBI. FBI. Yeah.
FBI?
I'm Mary. Yep.
They're just kind of helping out because we're so short-staffed tonight. So,
Thank you.
yeah, that's all it is.
How's your shoulder, right? Is that where
Yeah, well, he said in 4 to 6 weeks I might have to get it because it's still something's wrong. I know.
You bang it up before or something?
Nah, it was just the way they slammed me.
Okay.
Hit the ground, kind of like went up.
Pause. Do you see how the detective looked at Darrell Brooks when he said slams me? Because, I mean, I'm even offended. It's so irresponsible. That's one of the many lies that carry a lot more weight. Because he's insinuating there's a racial charge behind the whole slam thing. Again, it's because Darrell Brooks is trying to garner sympathy. And I'm with you. When I heard about Darrell Brooks using this, and the way that detective looked at Darrell Brooks, I was like, yeah, I agree. I agree with you, sir. I agree with you. By the way, I don't mean to interrupt. That sheriff behind Darrell Brooks, wasn't he the best? Like, I gotta tell you, like, it's almost he like his face was stoic the entire. It was. Like if you want anybody to protect your door, that's the guy. Like, unwavered, unbothered, untainted, uncorruptible, stoic. So what the detective did, actually what the police did, is that they took him into custody initially for loitering. They needed a reason. They can't just take you off the street, right? So they needed a reason, and they took him from that reason. And the reason why in their strategy, and they mentioned, is because they wanted to keep as much of the information hidden from the suspect for as long as possible. Because they didn't want the suspect to have enough knowledge ammunition to create a story. They wanted this to be quite easy. And so when they got him into custody, the charges evolved progressively. So what we heard with the FBI was him being in for loitering. What we're going to see now is the charge being upgraded to domestic violence because his girlfriend has made a complaint. And let's listen to this discussion.
Only thing I want to know is, what in the heck, am I being charged with anything?
Well, she's making some, like I said, alleged allegations against you, kind of, for being physical. So that's what, if that's BS, that's what I'm looking to hear from you. Okay?
Total BS.
You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of, we couldn't track her down, so that's kind of.
So the reason why I'm pausing here is because now he is like, okay, I thought I was here for loitering yesterday. Why am I still here? Right? So he's asking, what's going on? What am I being charged with? He's scoping the situation. He wants to know, what story do I have to put in place? Because in his mind, he's already solved the whole loitering story. And the whole loitering story was like, well, I was just going visiting a friend and I needed an Uber and, I was kind of lost. I didn't know where I was. And my phone died. And so therefore I had to knock on people's door to borrow someone's phone so I can call the Uber and go home. And then your police people slammed me to the ground, hurt my shoulder. And now look what's happening. Right? So in his mind, he solved the loitering story. So he's like, what am I here for? I thought I got away with this. And no, the detective was like, well, no, there's a domestic violence dispute. And then you're going to see his anger subconsciously direct to his girlfriend. He's going to say the most horrific thing about this girl, at least to my opinion, okay? I'm a semi-feminist, so let's listen to this.
Where we're at. It's this typical back and forth stuff that guys like you go through with their baby mama all the time. Oh. They're all, there's a lot of guys out there in your spot.
Guys like you go like this with your baby mama all the time. Look, listen. In defense of the detective, he has to have a rapport with the guy. So he's lowering himself to his standards. I don't think he really said it like that and meant it like that. But damn, that sounded harsh. Detective. Let's press play.
And a lot of times, maybe it's not always fair to them, but that's kind of what
I wish they had a law to where people can, if you do that shit, you should get in trouble.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, why? You shouldn't be able to just be like, oh, I'm pissed off, so I'm going to call and do this.
Yep. I'm going to pause right there. So what Darrell Brooks just did, he took the statement of the detective. Oh, yeah, it's because girls like that and guys like you. He took that statement and emboldened him and created a story around that. And that story is, yeah, you're right. So those girls who do that should be punished. Why do I have to pay for it? Why do we always have to pay for it? It's everybody else's fault but him. Oh, he exhausts me, but let's continue.
Right, why would you put me in that situation and then we're going to end up being together anyway? Why would you do that?
Trying to judge that credibility.
Yeah, and that's total BS. So that's what that's why we're sitting in here with you, to try to sift through the BS, if that's what we got, and go from there.
Man.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, the victim.
Girl, man.
Oh, this girl.
I said this last night too, didn't I? She get drunk and remember I kept saying that she fucking acts a fool and I'm the one that pays for it.
Yep.
Woo woo. So as you see, he walks in on day 2 of the interrogation. He's thinking, wait a minute, I thought I was done. And then all of a sudden, there's a new charge come into play. He's like, what the hell's the charge? Domestic violence. He's like, what? And when they tell him that, it's your girlfriend who filed that, then he gets upset at her. And the detective he has to do that. I understand it may not be the best, but he has to get a rapport and he has to get at his level. And that was actually quite clever of the detective to do, to be like, yeah, yo, I'm one of you, yo. Damn, those ladies, yo. Forgive me. But that's what he did. And it worked because Darrell Brooks took that, made him think that they're friends, and then immediately went along and blamed the poor girl who was physically abused, right? It's everybody else's fault but Darrell Brooks. in the chronological order of events, the domestic dispute between Darrell Brooks and his girlfriend is pretty much ground zero. He unfortunately met with her and he assaulted her and she managed to get away. Because she managed to get away, I guess he got upset because he couldn't control her and he got into his car and in a stupor rage drove through a parade and murdered people. To bring it back to the conversation here with the detective in the interview is that they know that. Well, they have a very good idea of that. And their job is to get the murderer to admit to that stuff. Do you understand? So then, in this particular case, as they got him as loitering, then they moved it up to domestic violence. They're trying to figure out, how did you meet up with her? And what car did you drive? But understand that Darrell Brooks knows he did the murder, knows he did it with intent, he did it purposely, and so he's fighting back. He doesn't want to tell them the truth because he knows of what happened and he doesn't want to inculpate himself. You understand? So now we're going to see a dance between the detective and Darrell Brooks, and then they're just like dancing with words. Okay, let's go.
Out here. I was meeting up with a friend to watch the Packer game.
Okay.
That's the only reason why I was out here.
Where did you go to watch the game?
To a friend named Stephanie.
Her house, a bar, or
A house.
A house.
Yeah, I don't mean to make you uncomfortable or anything, but what's the address there? What street
I
is it
have
on?
no idea about Waukesha. I don't know the street.
What was it near? I know you had to see something near it. So what was it near?
Like a gas station.
Have you been to the house before?
No.
Never before?
No.
What's Stephanie?
I'm going to pause real quick. So, you know how it says, when is it near? I have to be honest. I've been to plenty of parties in my youth. I never pay attention to the surrounding. I just go. So, I wouldn't be able to answer the question, where is it near? I'd be like, I don't know. I never pay attention. Even when I got driven to places, in the passenger seat, I don't look at the monuments. I'm too busy being stupid. You know what I mean? So, in Darrell Brooks' defense, I don't even know the monuments around where I even... Anyway, that was being stupid. Okay.
His last name?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
When did you guys set this up?
Maybe a couple of days ago.
Okay.
Like I said, I have a few friends. I have a few friends in Milwaukee that have people out here, so
okay.
It's not, I don't, like I said last night, I don't know the streets in Waukesha. It's not where I usually hang out at, so I couldn't say, well, this street, and this, you know, I couldn't.
All right.
Hey, how's the shoulder?
A friend of yours or like a friend of a friend?
A friend of a friend, mutual friend.
And what did you say her
Just
last
like,
name was?
I have no idea.
How long have you known her?
That was my first time meeting her. So
how did you get the number to know the house to go to?
a friend.
So how did you get to her house?
My friend. I went with my friend.
Okay, who's that?
My friend, I don't really want to say his name. I don't know if that's going to incriminate him in anything. So.
Okay, so let's go with this. How did you come? I know you saw Erica yesterday in Waukesha because we talked to her. Now I don't know everything that went on. I'm not saying I believe everything she told the other officers. How did you come to meet with her in Waukesha? One, and two. You say you don't know Waukesha, but where did you meet her? A gas station, a park? I know you met her. Where did you meet her? What happened yesterday?
Yeah,
because if this is BS, like you say, and I know you met her, what happened? What happened when you met her? Where did you meet her? Let's start with that.
By a gas station.
Okay.
I don't know what I was supposed to be getting some money from her.
Okay, I want to point out to the body language here. Darrell Brooks is obviously uncomfortable. Remember how I mentioned that they're going to do a dance of words? The detective knows exactly where they're going. He doesn't quite know where they're going, but he's paying attention to their steps. So as the detective is moving this way, Darrell Brooks is trying to follow and counteract. And at this moment, what he does, because he doesn't quite control the situation, so there's an internal panic. I've mentioned to you before how the mask is so important to hide part of his emotions. I'll make a video later on to explain to you exactly why that's why it's important in Darrell Brooks' situation. Now, his body language is to throw off the detective. Like this, putting the heads up in the air, having openness, it's a subconscious signal saying, I got nothing to hide. What I'm saying is the truth. I don't know what you're talking about. It's not me. I didn't do it. What? Really? Oh my God. Huh? Like that's the body language, because he doesn't quite know where they're going, and he has difficulty following. So his next best thing is to show by the body language, extravagant body language, that I'm not threatening, I don't know where you're going, but it's not me.
Okay. For what?
It was the rest of my money that she had of mine that she was holding for me.
Okay, how much?
It was supposed to be $350.
Okay. And
I'm going to pause it there. Notice also how much slower he talks. It's not because he doesn't know the answer. It's because there's a thought process going on. So he's thinking as fast as he can with an answer that makes sense. And that slows down his natural reaction to say stuff. In addition to saying, it's not me, I don't know what you're talking about, he's doing a deflective move, right? It's like, it's not here, it's clearly over there. It's all subconscious. It's subconscious deflections. And that happens when he does not control the narrative, depending on him, right? So it's important to make the distinction here, because he might think he controls it, whereas we all know he doesn't control it, but it's all about his perception. And right now, at this moment, he perceives himself not to have control of to where things are going. So he's answering slower. It slows down the conversation, gives him time to think in the background, and deflects everything just in case. And he makes sure his mask is very nice and tight, so you don't see any subconscious reaction going on behind the veil. Okay, let's continue.
Why did she have it? Why was she holding it?
She had been holding it for me for a few weeks now, but like I said, I hadn't seen her. She had seen.
Right. But what was she holding? Why did she have it? Why was she holding it for you?
She was just holding it for me because I told her to hold it for me. But it didn't have anything to do with. This was weeks ago. She had been holding the money, and because I had no contact with her, I couldn't tell her, and my mom wasn't gonna let her come to the house to bring it.
Mm-hmm.
And I told her, look, man, if I'm gonna be out there, I'll meet up with you and get the money, but I'm not hanging out with you. I'm not having sex with you. And she was just like, oh, you want to kill? I'm like, I'm not finna do none of that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Pause. This is the part that irritates me a little bit more, because now he understands where they are going. And so he figured out where they are and he positioned himself locked in. Now that he understands where they're going, he's deflecting one more time. Like opening the arms, I got nothing to hide. I don't know where things is. It's like that. He's deflecting. And then as he's deflecting, he's going to create and spin a story around his girlfriend and say that it's her fault. She wants to have sex with me. I don't want to have sex with me. I told her I don't want any contact. It's all her fault. I don't know what she wants. She's bothering me. I was just minding my own business and she wants this. You know what I'm saying? He figured out where they were going and he caught it. And now he's going to spin and try to confuse them off their trail. Look.
I'm not supposed to be around you. I get that. I understand that. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm not supposed to be around you. I love you to death, man. You're my baby mama. I'm not going to, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't supposed to be like a hangout thing. I told her, I'm like, I'm out here. And she's like, oh, where you at? And I'm like, look, I'll meet up with you to get the money. And, you know, give you a hug or whatever. But she was like, well, I need something.
Look how much faster
no, we can't do all that. I'm not going to have sex with you. I'm not going to hang out with you. Or none of that.
All right. So you told her you weren't going to do any of that stuff.
No.
How did you set the meeting up? Did you talk to her on the phone, Facebook Messenger, text message?
I talked to her.
I don't think she said anything about that. So just, I mean, if she's BS, how did you
Yeah, because this is what she does.
Hold on one second. Hold on, one thing at a time. How did you set the meeting with her? How do I verify that?
Did you notice that? Did you catch on that? Let's play it again.
How did you set the meeting up? Did you talk to her on the phone, Facebook Messenger, text message?
I talked to her.
I don't think she said anything about that. So just, I mean, if she's BS, how did you
Yeah, because this is what she does.
Hold on one second. Hold on, one thing at a time.
How did you meet? He asked you a simple question. How did you meet? How did you set it up? And then he goes, well, this is how she does. He's still spinning the story. And the detective picked that up and took control back of the narrative. Because Darrell Brooks does not want the detective to zero in. So he's fighting back with throwing whatever he can throw, right? The detective, they're trained for this, obviously. And he picked that up and he's like, oh, no. Don't get too carried away. Let's go back to, let's focus. How did you meet? How did you set it up? I don't care if she wants to have sex with you. I don't care if this is what she does. That's not what I ask. But Darrell Brooks is trying to spin them off their trail.
That's what I'm saying. If she can't get in touch with me, that's what she'll do. She'll go to social medias and do all this and try to talk to people and all this and that. I got in contact with her through a mutual friend that we both know. And I was like, okay, tell her I'm out in Waukesha or whatever, and I'll meet up with her to get the money. And then she put us on the call. And she was just like, where you at? Yeah. And she was just like, where you at? I'm like, look, I don't know where I'm at. Do you still got that money? She's like, yeah, I want to give you the money, and I want to do this and do that. I'm like, no, I'm not finna hang out with you. I'm gonna meet up with you, get the money, give you a hug and kiss. We'll talk later.
Was it still daylight?
It was still daylight. Daylight.
So
after the fact.
This was, I think the game was still on.
Game was on. So
the game was still on.
Left Stephanie's to go.
Yep. Okay. The game was still on. So I was like, fuck it. You know what I mean? I want to see you. I ain't seen you in like a month. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to lie and say, man, that's my baby mama. I love this woman. But I can't hang out with you. I can't do anything with you, you know, that type of thing, deal, and whatever the case may be. But, yeah, that.
And this is on your cell phone? The three-way call, obviously, is your cell phone because you're not on the phone, right?
My friend's phone.
Friend's phone.
Yeah.
But yesterday, so do you have your phone?
No. That's what I'm saying. No.
So who is the friend whose phone you were using to talk to her on a three-way call?
I don't want to say his name because I don't want to.
Okay, I guess, so you saw her though, right? You met up with her? Okay. So, how did the conversation...
Do you see this? So, his answer to how did you meet was a convoluted story of how he's doing the right thing by not wanting to get in the same space because apparently maybe there's a restraining order, but she forces him to meet because she wants to give her the money and she wants to have sex with him, and he's like, no, I don't have sex with you, no. And she's like, no, have sex with me, let's meet. And he's like, no, I give you a hug and a kiss. I mean, I don't know why is that relevant to how the hell did you meet? All of that story just to get to the point that, oh, wait, we use a three-way with my friend's phone. And who's the friend? I don't know. Like, it's comical, but again, it's the dance, right? The detective is trying to zero in and they are moving and he is trying his best to follow and not let the detective pinpoint him down. Fascinating. Annoying also, and scary.
With your end.
With me walking off and her being pissed off that I didn't want to hang out with her. I said, look, I'm not supposed to be around you, I'm gone.
Okay.
You see his first reaction when the detective asked, how did the conversation end? He went immediately like this, because he knows he beat her. He knows the answer. The answer is he beat her. He beat her. That's the answer. So he doesn't quite know what they know, and immediately he comforts himself, right? Like, oh God, I have to answer that. Okay. He's not quite sure how to answer because he doesn't know what the girlfriend has said. The detective come forward and say, you know what, the jig is up. We know you did something. Let's look at how he reacts to that.
So people
now
reported, all those
okay,
people out there, they
no.
reported that car driving a bit erratic.
I know what you're saying. All I'm saying is this. We all been straight up with each other. You knew it was more to what you was asking me yesterday.
Didn't know
That would
sure.
explain the FBI and all that, right?
They're not here today. So if it's that big a deal, you don't see them here today.
Come on, Kurt. We've been.
You guys met in the car in the park.
We've been cool, man, the whole time. If I did something wrong,
that's why they were here. But do you see them here today? They're not here today.
Yeah, but y'all lied to me, man. You made it seem like they just come for no reason.
Well, here's the thing, Darrell.
And I'm like, what if it's
listen to me for a minute. I can give you a clean slate here.
I apologize.
Because you have lied to us as well. Because you came out here in the red Ford Escape. Okay, that is what you came out here in. You had the key. Alright? So what I want to do is try to give us all a chance to reset. You understand what I'm saying? Start over. Because you're not giving us an accurate story. You didn't ride out with Marcus in a tan car. You said your mom doesn't have a car. I've just told you we've disproven that. Alright? I don't know what kind of woman she is. I don't know what y'all been through. But you were seen in the car driving kind of acting a fool. Okay? In basically the same area that you've already been able to describe to me. I'm just trying to figure out how and why it happened. What made you tear out of there? What made you so mad where you're like, fuck it, and you raced on out of there? And then people go, man, he's driving around here kind of fast.
The first time when the detectives now start showing their card by letting him know that, hey buddy, the jig is up. Immediately he goes into a defensive and spins a story of, oh, well, you know what? I was willing to talk, but because you lied to me, I'm not telling you anything. So, I wasn't done talking, but you just told me you lied to me. So therefore I don't feel like talking. Therefore, I don't feel like talking. It's your fault. You shouldn't have lied to me, but because you lied to me, now I'm not going to talk. Because you lied to me, now I want to know what I'm facing. Because you lied to me, it's your fault. I was willing to talk, but it's your fault. You lied to me. It's a sick way that they being narcissistic people, they use that strategy to gaslight you, or at least attempt to gaslight you. So at that moment, let's say if you're a regular person, you might be like, oh, okay, I guess you're right. I guess I should have told you. Yeah, I guess you're right. Do you understand? But these are trained professionals. They are trained to deal with nutcases like Darrell Brooks, all right? And so that strategy does not work on detectives. Do you know what I mean? Do you understand? Do you know what I mean? Let's move on to the next clip.
Yeah, I just feel like y'all know more than what y'all say though, and that's what has me like why should I cooperate when there's no cooperation with me? Nothing I'm saying is gonna help me.
I mean, like, it doesn't make sense to you that we're trying to gather the facts.
Yeah. Right. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't make sense,
okay,
what you guys are doing. I'm just saying I don't want to get railroaded by people not being honest. That's all I'm saying. If I don't know what I'm looking at, it's like, what the hell? Like, why should I just sit here and be like, oh, this is everything and blah 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 blah, and then people come back and be like, okay, now so now we're gonna charge you with this and this and this and this and this when y'all knew this from the door.
Well, we don't know that we're gonna charge you.
It's all about what he wants.
Again, the fact is,
it's like,
we're asking the questions about, you know what I mean? That's why we're...
So, obviously, he is having a hard time keeping up with his act. You know, when he is left to his own devices, he's able to create stories and be elaborate with whatever comes up into his mind based on factual snippet that someone might say or that he might see or that he might remember. When the narcissist is faced with the facts, they cannot handle it because they know the truth. It's not like a sociopath or an insane person who don't know the difference between right and wrong. They know the difference and they know what they did. He knows what he did, but he is stuck in this room, in this box. He cannot run away, and he is being faced with the reality of his actions. Too much to bear. And so in that stupor, he has the audacity to say, what about me? You asking for facts, but what about what I'm asking for? What about me? You're going to charge me? What about me? What about me? It's a narrative that is 100% innate to a narcissist. They cannot think any other way. Their brain wiring is structured like that. They cannot think any other way. That's the true Darrell Brooks. That is who he is right there when it's all about him. All those elaborate stories is just an act. But when you stress a narcissist so much that they are stripped of their shell, and when you look at the real person, it's nothing but crap. Look at that.
We're not sharing. I'm getting railroaded. Okay. I know I am. No, y'all not telling me what's really going on.
But we're not getting the full truth either.
I know, but what I was saying was,
I didn't give that an issue. So when you left, you guys met in the car. You didn't walk there. She got in the car.
If I tell you everything that happened, and y'all gonna be straight up with me about what I'm facing. That's all I want to know.
Well,
I don't want to know anything else. I don't need you guys to tell me, hey man, this is this, that is that, this is this. I just want to know. Just for the fact that, like I said, my girls.
Yeah, no, I got you. I don't know the entirety right now. So while I'm here, a couple of officers talked to Erica. I'm not the only one working on it, so I don't know everything. I got a report to a boss, so I don't know exactly everything that's going to be yet. And that part's not a lie. I don't know exactly everything that's going to be yet. I'm just trying to figure out to get to that point where I can have a clear idea and call who I need to call to get some of the information to find that all out. I'm trying to get a clear idea of what really happened regarding you and her. And when you drove away, where you were going. Or did you not know? You know what I'm saying? Because right now, I don't know everything.
Wow.
Because I'm out here and they're out there. Oh, Waukesha.
Right, and I'm like, how long do I got to sit in these, where are we at?
Skego.
How long do I got to sit in these jails before I can call somebody? Get a phone call, let my daughters know, hey man, I don't know what's going on, but it's good to hear your voice. Are y'all okay?
Yeah, we're trying to get to that point, Darrell, but the question I asked you when you left, where were you going? Did you know or did you not know? Were you just mad and you left? Where were you going when you initially drove off? That's easy. If you didn't know where the hell you were going, or you didn't have an idea, or you didn't have a particular destination in mind, so be it. And we've been talking a couple hours. You want to sit and eat a minute?
I wish they had some Tylenol. I've been trying to fight this pain, man, since...
They might, I don't know.
They show...
I don't know how... Did you ask them?
Yes.
So they don't?
They just said they'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. It hurt worse now than it did yesterday, or last night, rather.
Yeah, it's going to be sore.
It's definitely sore.
There's no doubt about that.
Oh, my God.
Take a break and see if we can round up some Tylenol and let him eat.
Yeah, how about we see if we want me to see if I can find some?
Yeah, I just wanted
Let me see if I can find something.
It's so many things going through my mind right now. The pain, I didn't even know she called the word.
She didn't call.
Or the cops or
someone else did.
So this is my thing between me and you, man. What if it wasn't me driving?
What if it wasn't you?
What if it was my mom's truck?
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't driving.
Mm-hmm. What if it was you?
What if it was you?
It wasn't me.
Mm-hmm. Who else would it be?
That's what I'm asking. Not asking you who else would it be.
Right.
I'm just asking, what if I knew?
Mm-hmm.
Would I be asked to give that information?
Well, like I said, we're here to gather truth. So if somebody else was driving that car, yeah, I would want to know who that car is so we can go talk to that person. But a huge part.
You know what he's doing right now? So there's a moment of reprieve. The other guy stepped out. He has a moment to regroup his thoughts. And he's able to rebuild a little bit of his fake personality, the caring person. And so now he's trying to rebuild and spin another story. He's trying to create another shell. And the attempt here is somebody else was driving the car. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. So he's laying the foundation for a new story. But by that point, the detectives were like, look, the jig is up. We're not playing these games anymore. They know what the facts are. And so they're not even entertaining that idea. And that's why he says, well, what if it was you? Because he's not playing those games. He's not getting into the games because the jig is up. Do you understand? Do you understand? Let's continue.
Part of that is going to be your honesty with it.
Right. No, I was just asking. Because you just asking.
You've already figured out you're not an idiot. You're not a dumb man. You're a smart guy.
Right.
I see that. You know that we've been working on this.
I do want to point out something really quickly, though. When you look at Darrell Brooks in the courtroom throughout the entire day of that interrogation, when videotapes surface of, his case, in the court, his head was down the entire time. That is a significant body language. It means he's ashamed. Because all that pretend that he's busy with the papers, there's nothing there. He's just sitting there to listen. There's nothing to write. There's nothing there. All he has to do is just listen. He cannot even face the person who interrogated him that day. He can't. Narcissists are weak. They're so weak. They can't even face the truth. They're not capable. They are born, they are made, and they are molded to be cowards. That's why they constantly have to spin stories and create new shells, because their true form is meager and meek and gross and disgusting, and nobody wants it. Anyway, let's continue.
Can I show you something?
You look like you gotta film me or something.
No, I'm not.
Look how nervous he is about that new piece of evidence. Because until then, he is still hoping. He's still hoping that there will be a story he can spin and maybe get out of there. He is so nervous that this is the coup de grâce. And unfortunately for him, this is the coup de grâce. Watch.
I'll show you.
Boom.
That you? That's you.
Nah, I ain't got no, it look like whoever, it look like Gray.
Right there. You can see your face.
Nah, that's not me.
That's not you.
That's not me.
That's not you.
Nah, I don't.
Until this moment, Darrell Brooks believed that no one saw him. He truly believed until this moment that nobody was able to identify him. That moment right there, even if you look at his body language, he no longer opens his arms. He is spiraling out of control internally. He is going to go through a lot of stages of denial and a lot of stages of panic. And you're going to see that he's going to go in and out of his true self, the coward, meager narcissist that is all about himself, and try to get back into some sort of narrative play. But at this moment, he's too distraught. The truth is so real. Reality is hitting him in the face. This is where the first time when he's like, oh my God, I'm going to jail.
Darrell. That's
Darrell. That's you.
That's you, Darrell.
Why you say it like that, man?
Because we talked about the honesty piece. You keep telling me that you tell...
Why'd you have to say it like that, man? Just like... Okay, I don't want to say that, but... you know, a lot of the times, when you corner a narcissist, when you face them with the truth, they become dangerous. And so, why'd you gotta say it like that, man? That is a threat. These are threatening words. If it wasn't in that setting where he is in a confined space with people that are experiencing control, let's say if this was outside, if this was his girlfriend at that moment, violence. Violence. They resort to violence when they notice that you see their true self. They cannot bear, and they resort to violence. They lash out. He wants to lash out. He wants to lash out. He is internally frustrated, and he's trying to control it, but he can't. He wants to lash out. And why you gotta say it like that, man? He wants to lash out. You don't really see the full expression because the mask is hiding it. But remove that mask, and you will see the full gambit of this madman.
Tell the truth when you did do something. And take responsibility when you do something.
Boom!
There's your mom's car again.
Boom! Evidence.
There's your mom's car again.
Boom!
Next to a child, which I know you care a lot about, children.
Next to a child? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Later?
It's your mom's car.
Yeah, I was just asking him about
That's your mom's car that we took the key for.
They just show him picture of his car, the weapon in question, committing the crime. These are pictures. These are pictures of the actual scene of the crime. This is him. This is him in pictures running over people. This is not even funny anymore. This is him running over people. Look how he reacts viscerally. He doesn't want to look at it. He doesn't want to acknowledge it. He doesn't want to respond to it. He is unmasked and he doesn't know how to deal with it. He wants to run away. His fight and flight response, all he wants to do is get out of this space, but he cannot. Watch what he does.
From you. So, you can't tell me at this point I'm playing any games anymore, you know?
I didn't say you was playing games from the get-go.
Well, you felt like we were being totally straight.
Last night I felt like
it wasn't as fluid as you wanted.
No, it wasn't the flu. It was just
and it wasn't as much as I wanted to.
I knew that y'all knew more than what y'all was saying, and I felt like last night with that whole, them coming in the way they did, and because I'm sitting there in the thing and I'm watching them walk past, like, what in the hell? And seeing that, I just felt like, okay, y'all already know what y'all want to do, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just won't.
Pause right there. He has yet to open his hands. He's still clutching his pearls, darling. Now, he has yet to open his hands. And if you notice, he's leaning towards the wall. He subconsciously wants to get out. He wants to get away. He's leaning towards the wall. the only place where he can subconsciously feel like he's running away from the situation.
I didn't know what y'all wanted. It just seemed like y'all knew more than what y'all was gonna tell me. It was more so like I feel like I was being railroaded to be like, okay, tell me this, but we already know over here what we gonna do. We already know what we're gonna do right here. We just want you to tell them yourself and say you did this and did that, so we can already justify what we already want to do. And it's like, I don't feel like that's fair.
He's spinning a story. He's trying to spin a story. He's fighting back. He's fighting back. He's trying to spin the story. You deceived me. You were deceptive. You told me lies. It's not true. You deceived me. It's your fault why I didn't tell you the truth, because you should have come correct and I would have told you the truth if you just told me my charges and were honest about it. He's spinning a story to make it credible not only for him, but for them. He is trying his hardest to talk himself out of this. It's surreal how delusional they can be.
I don't want to talk, man. I don't want to talk if I'm not getting nothing.
I just showed you 3 pictures.
Okay, you showed me pictures, but you're not telling me what I'm facing.
You know what you're facing.
I don't. That's the hope. That's why I keep asking.
You drove down a parade route. You got a pretty good idea what you're facing.
You see what I'm saying? So now this is more stuff coming out, man.
Yep, we told you we were looking for that explanation.
And that's...
I'm not getting nothing. I'm not getting nothing. This is a man who murdered children. The child. This is a man who murdered people. This is literally like less than 48 hours later from the crime. And he has the audacity to say that I'm not getting nothing. At this moment, right, I told you, he goes in and out from spinning the story to being his true self, the narcissistic coward. Spinning the story to being the narcissistic coward. He is so stressed, he loses control over his own condition. Because he wants to get out at all costs. He just doesn't know how to do it anymore. So, like, the machine jams. He's jamming. It's like, it's just all over the place.
I'm not.
But you know how it got to be that way.
Also,
how it got to be
I
that
can't
way.
even get a word in.
Because we're going round and around and around, Darrell.
We're just going to keep going around and around here.
And you're acting like you don't...
I mean, it's
acting like you don't know what these are, and you do.
No, you making it seem like I don't care. Like I'm just this heartless type of person, dude.
Well, it
I
feels
couldn't
that
even,
way.
okay, that's fine, but look at my position. I've been in here for 24 hours. I haven't even gotten a shower, good sleep. My shoulder's fucked up. I haven't even got a phone call to even notify anybody, talk to my family whatsoever, not one time.
I'm disappointed, Darrell.
I'm disappointed too because you lied to me, Kurt.
Because
you lied to me.
You talked about what
Nothing,
you want
listen,
him to do with
listen,
one of your kids.
And didn't I just say I don't have any problem telling you what happened? The only thing I'm saying is I feel like you were trying to railroad me by how you went about it. That's all I'm saying. That's it. I'm not saying...
Okay, we've discussed that for about an hour. So tell me what happened when you drove off. We're not going to make any more progress on that. I get you're pissed about that, and I'm not going to fault you for it. I'm not going to tell you not to be mad. I'm not going to tell you not to feel like, man, that was bullshit, but Carp, why'd you do that? If that's the way you feel, gotcha, it's okay. I'm not going to tell you you can't. I'm not going to sit here and tell you how you should or should not feel about how I went about presenting things last night. Okay, but what I've confronted you with and told you today is your mom's car is out here. I've now shown it to you. You know, you want me to, you know, tell you all these things.
No.
Hold on. But what I told you from the start, and I did tell you this, is that part of it's a give and take. There's things I'll tell you, but I can't just tell you everything. We've shown you pictures, all right? We talked about if the roles were reversed, what you'd want my partner, Ben,
yes,
to do.
Yeah, you did say that.
We talked about that. What would you want it to do if it was your kid with the broken leg? And look,
So a
I
kid
want
got
to
hurt?
believe a lot of people did.
A lot of people got hurt.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Darrell, you were there.
No, I'm saying a lot of people got hurt.
Yeah, there's people hurt, man.
Like that?
Broken legs and stuff like I told you. Concussions, hit their head.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see that happen to nobody, dude.
I don't believe you would either.
Yeah, but you
And I'm
just
not saying it's on purpose.
you just thought, yo, this dude is heartless.
So tell us otherwise.
You know
I
what
didn't
I'm
say
saying?
that. I'm
It's
asking
like,
you,
fuck,
what
man.
do you
Like,
want it to be perceived as?
Tell us how it is then. If we're wrong and it's not heartless, tell us what it was.
I'm here to listen if it's something different. I'm sitting here. I haven't walked out.
Come on, Hart. Come on. Y'all know. Listen, man. Y'all know. If I did not talk to that woman, I would have never, ever be sitting right here talking to y'all right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not blaming her. Like I told you, I'm not going to demonize that woman. She's a good woman when she's not drinking.
It's not about her anymore, Drew.
I know, but
and I
I'm
believe
just
that
saying.
she wouldn't be in this position if you hadn't talked to her. I believe that.
You didn't have to put the picture down. You didn't have to.
The stroller.
That's a stroller.
Yeah.
So a kid got hurt.
Yeah.
A kid.
Yeah.
Bad. You said a lot of people got hurt.
Checked out. Yeah.
A lot of people got hurt.
To me, it's a pretty good injury if a doctor's got to check you out or you got a broken leg.
Yeah, so what do you call my shoulder? I'm just making a joke, but yeah.
I don't know. Well, I want to believe you're the man you say you are, Darrell, but I'm not laughing because there's nothing funny about this.
No, I was just saying. No, it's not. It's never been that. Dude, I don't take my life as a joke. I don't take my life as no joke. I was just making a joke about my shoulder when you just said, you know, if it's a serious injury, if you got to get looked out. And I was just saying I had to get looked out, but they didn't say it was serious. They treated it like, oh,
let's say spend the night.
You're the guy in cuffs, so.
Well, you said that part, not me.
No, I'm just saying that's how they, not how you acted, that's how they were acting. It's like, oh, well, there's nothing broken. Well, why do I keep having this thriving burning pain if there's nothing wrong?
Where were you going, Darrell? Help us understand something.
I can do that. I just want to understand what's.
So these parents
I
know
want to understand
why their kid got hurt, just the way you want to know why your kid got hurt.
I want to understand what I'm looking at. That's it. A reckless endangerment.
Yeah, that's something you're looking at, right?
Just because some people got hurt.
Yeah, people got hurt.
Now, I just want to say this. You know that when you said it wasn't the end of the world type thing?
Because nothing's the end of the world.
It is. I'll tell you why.
Not when you have God in your life. It's not.
It is, because
That's what I believe anyway.
I believe that too, but you don't want to have God in your life and you're sitting in prison. Can't see your family, can't see nobody. What does it matter then?
Let's watch something. Let's watch something for me.
And more incriminating stuff. I'm already like I'm about to lose my life, man. Can I ask a quick question?
Hold on, watch it.
I know. Why do you want me to watch it?
Yes, I'll show you. I just want you to watch it. Watch it.
Why though?
Watch it for me.
Why though?
Because I want you to see what's in the video. Did you watch
Coward.
it? Will you?
Cowards.
I just want to know why you want me to watch it.
Because I want you to see what's on the video. Why don't you want to watch it?
I just want to know why you want me to watch it. I didn't say
I just want you to see what I told you. You're not accepting the answer. I told you I want you to see what's in it. That's why I want you to watch it.
You wanted information from us, we're sharing.
I want you to watch it and see what's in it. Yeah, it's a good point. It's information sharing. Okay, so I want you to watch it and see what's in it.
It's like you, like, badgering me, like, a little
But
bit.
Darrell, you asked me a question. Okay? And this is more than what we had before. So I am showing you more. I'm asking you to watch it. Will you watch it?
I mean, I don't have a problem with it.
Okay,
I
that's
just
fine.
want to know what was the reasoning.
Because I want you to see what's in it.
I mean, I'm pretty much...
It's not complex. It's just, you know what I'm saying? It's just that. I want you to see what happens.
I'm just saying I already know, I already have an idea from what you guys was saying earlier.
But I want you to see it.
It's like watching all I'm thinking about right now is
here, we'll talk in a
what
second.
a hell of a journey it's been, but this is how my story ends. That's all I've been thinking about. Like, it's nothing that I want to...
You look down?
What a dirtbag.
Why do you want me to see that?
What the hell of a journey it is, and this is how my story
Why is it
ends.
important? Is it to make, like, what is it?
Well, why don't you want to look?
I'm just asking. I'm not trying to raise my voice at you. Or...
You know, when I'm going to show you the rest of this clip, and you know, I've watched the trial, and this part broke my heart quite a bit. And I didn't actually pick up what he said like that. I didn't pick that up when I watched it. What an incredible journey I had. And this is how my story ends. I didn't pick that up till now, and it just evoked an emotion in me because of the lives that were lost that day, and because of how he did it, and the level of intent that was behind his action. This is like worse than a criminal. I mean, I feel terrible that my tax dollars it's going to feed him. Honestly, if I want to be very honest with you, I don't know why. Okay, I'm not going to say that. YouTube might kick my butt, but okay, let's continue.
I'm just asking you why you don't want to look.
I'm just saying, why do you want me to look?
Because I think it's important so you see what happened.
You told me what happened. You already told me what happened, Carl. Y'all told me what happened. I understand my life is over. I'm trying to come to grips with that. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to come to grips with the fact that this is how my story ends. From trying to love somebody, I'll never see my kids again. My mom, my relationship is gone from me. And it's like, what is it to look at more? My life is for me to look at my life end?
That's you, Darrell.
Is it looking at my life ending?
These are the same photo. I'm just telling you that.
For trying to love somebody. This is how my story ends. For trying to love somebody. Who do you think he's referring to? His girlfriend. My story ends for trying to love somebody. He keeps going back to the poor woman he abuses. He blames this on her. He blames this on her. He just blamed her for this particular moment. My life is over for trying to love somebody. Like, is hitting her in the face a way to show love? Is because you know you're a sex offender, sir, okay, and so you got with her when she was underage. Is that love? Man. Ultimately, Darrell Brooks blames his girlfriend. He blames her for everything. Everything. He blames her for meeting up with her. He blames her for taking the car. He blames her for driving the car. I mean, he blames her. I mean, he says if it wasn't for her, this wouldn't have happened. Not once in this entire interrogation, not once did he take responsibility for anything. He's not a drinker. He's not a drinker. He's not a driver. He doesn't wear shoes, apparently. I mean, what did he do? Like, clearly, he's Mother Teresa. Clearly, he's a saint. He's a saint. He did nothing wrong at all. We are crazy for blaming him, according to him. Guys, thank you for watching. I know I took a lot more of your time. I mean, it's hour long, but wasn't it fun? Wasn't it fun? Wasn't it fun? Okay, so of course, like, subscribe. I see you next time. And you know, I'm humbly thankful for you, right? I am humbly thankful. Like, I don't think you understand how much I appreciate you. And the thing that makes it even sillier is because, like, in the grand scheme of things, it's like, oh, well, you know, it's not that big of a deal, but it's a big deal for me. So I am thankful, and I see you next time. Goodbye.